What's up, homies? So, the Scalpel V3 is basically the final iteration of the whole Scalpel series. I think I might have to remove the reverse scalpels from the website because it just goes back to keeping things simple. It's a great product, the reverse scalpel. It's a great design. It's really nice to use, but I just can't focus on so many different variations of the same thing. It's just too much, like mentally just intense. You know, it's so much easier and so much better to just sit down and focus on one thing. And one of the nicest things about the Scalpel is that it's quite simple. So I can just maximum prioritize quality, right? I can sit down and just put all my effort into quality, presentation, you know, and these kind of things. And one of the things I was thinking about is like, how do I, you know, for example, I had these skulls laying around, so I just put one on mine so I could differentiate mine from all the other ones. But it got me thinking that maybe I should start adding more stuff to the string. You see, I got this here. This is pretty nice. Sometimes, you know, I'll still have it around my neck, and then I go to bed and I'm closing my eyes. I'm like, oh yeah, shit, I gotta take this off. I've fallen asleep with this around my neck 4 or 5 times. Not this particular one, but the previous one, the V2. And I woke up in the morning and it was still in the sheath, no problem. So I think the reason why it does that is because the locking mechanism is you see how one side protrudes here? It's the distance from there to that first eyelet. So when you're sleeping and you're resting on it with your body weight, it's very difficult to actually pull it out, you see. So when there's pressure on top of the sheath, oops, did I just poke a hole in my shirt? Well, generally when there's like pressure on top and a lot of it, it kind of keeps that lock firmly down. So, but the nice thing is anyway, I can just go, oh, whatever, and just go back to passing out. So I don't really have many of these. I'm going to order more, but I was just wondering if you guys have any unique ideas that would be interesting to add to these, to the string, or to make it more unique, you know, to make it more final, make it more refined. One thing that I did do that I started doing late in the V2 series is, you see, I started flaring the outside of the top of the sheath. I like to pull mine out like this. That's why I keep this rounded, because it acts as a thumb push. But now that this whole area is flared, you see, you can do it anywhere around, of course. So yeah, no, I'm just really curious if you guys have any ideas of what I should do to add something cool to this. I have to keep the packaging pretty simple because these are shipped as letters. So one of the unique factors of the Scalpel, why it's working so well for me, is because when you ship things as letters, things are very, very affordable in terms of shipping. So just gonna leave that there. So there isn't really much I can do in terms of packaging. Yeah, sure, I can, you know, put these in a little box, but as soon as the box is like thicker than this or bigger than this, it's no longer a letter. You can't ship it as a letter. So I don't know if you guys want to see something in the packaging, like, you know, more some kind of stickers or something like that. You know, any ideas is really welcomed. I'm really trying to do my best with this product to get it, you know, as refined as I can. And now that the blade design, the sheath design is pretty much where it ought to be, the only things that really need improving are, you know, packaging, you know, something with the string. For example, what we see here, this is a bit slower to do. And when you have like 50 of these strings to do and you're sitting down all day doing them, it's tough, but you know, I think it might be worth it to do this, and it's also, you know, it's a bit of a safety concern. Paracord is pretty tough stuff, and if you don't have something like that at the back, and you know, it's already pretty tight, you know, without just with that lock thing, it's pretty tough. I've used it on a bracelet here, and this is a bracelet I made. So it works. And yeah, and the thing is, like, if you have links to these ideas of yours that you have that we could use to improve on the design, that would be awesome. I don't think you can link through YouTube, but if you go to my Instagram at hot_metal_knives, you can send me a DM there of all your ideas. Because I think, you know, part of the thing with the scalpel, I was thinking of starting this as like a Discord channel, you know, like the scalpel gang. So everybody, you know, you know, everybody that owns a scalpel from YouTube, they can join the Discord. We just have like a big fucking bro hangout in a scalpel Discord and just share pictures of what you're doing with the scalpel and share some ideas on how to improve it, you know. And then I'll have my discounts there and the coupon codes there, rather than like just on YouTube. I think that would be a pretty cool idea. But anyway, with those, you know, I need to hear some ideas, and I'm sure some of you guys have some ideas. I'm trying to stick to this particular, you know, design. I don't really want to change the knife itself, just more like everything else around it. So that would be nice to hear from you guys. And we shipped just yesterday, we shipped like the first 16 of these that were sold last week. So that's pretty cool. Like half of the V3s that were made sold. So that's super dope. And the next thing for me really is to finish the batch of 200, make them all, and then contact, you know, Lomnia and these retailers so that they can sell them, you know, at a markup price. They usually have like, you know, anywhere between 30 to 40%, maybe even 50% markup, which is intense for people like me. Huh? You're working every day making these, and then they're the ones that make the money. But yeah, it'd be really interesting to hear from you guys, you know, what to do. Of course, one suggestion is we change the steel type to some kind of CPM 3V kind of, you know, super stainless. Those are very brittle steels, and this doesn't have scales. So, you know, it's you know, but I would like to do that at some point. It's just that the sheets of 80 CRV2 that I get to make these, they're huge, they're plentiful, and they're very easily accessible because I'm not the only one bulk ordering them. It's actually a lot of people ordering these large sheets of 80 CRV2, so it makes it a lot easier for me to procure that material because it's always available. And also the 80 CRV2 is amazing edge retention. I'm really surprised because it is a spring steel. It's a high carbon spring steel, but it, you know, it has a huge amount of edge retention, which is really, really good. And even though this is carbon steel, it doesn't really matter because the only places that really rust are the places you're going to sharpen anyway. So you can just rub it off with a stone. But you know, a serrated version of this would be pretty cool, I think. But anyways, I gotta, and so when it comes to that, color combinations, you know, I'll do like limited runs of 10 or 15 of certain colors, and you know, and then get back to the standard one, just because when there's like 15 different color options, man, I'm just grinding and grinding all day. You make 20 scalpels just so that there's 2 of every color. It doesn't work. But yeah, so this video was too long for the message, but if you want to support my work, go to Etsy, use coupon code YouTube Love. There's going to be a link in the description, and you can support my work by getting yourself one of these. And catch you guys later. I really want to hear some ideas from you guys. What would be really cool to add to the design? Because you know, at some point in time, when you know, there's hundreds of these in the market, so eventually it's a community thing. It's a community building thing. It's going to be, oh, can we all get together and can we all improve this product together? So thank you guys.